PS3 succeeded and why it failed. And in the next video, I'll show you why all the Nintendo consoles, why they succeeded and why they failed. But right now, I'll show you why PS3 succeeded and why it failed. Here we go. Here we go. Gosh. Was PS3 a success? The system had a slow start in the market, but managed to recover, particularly after the introduction of the Slim model. It managed to sell 87.4 million units to outsell competing Xbox 360 console, and become the eighth highest best-selling. Let me read that again, honestly. The system had a slow start in the market, managed to recover, particularly after the introduction of the Slim model. It managed to sell 87.4 million units to outsell completing Xbox 360 and became the eighth highest best-selling video game console in history. Was the PS3 really that powerful? It's got indeed a very powerful processor with cell, but not very suitable for video game system for a number of reasons, not to mention all the power that was locked behind little buried RAM and many hardware bottlenecks. Why was the PS3 so complex? PlayStation 3 utilized a unique strategy that provided similar to Xbox 360 and PC architectures, something Sony called Cell. The PS3's console CPU was compatible to the Xbox 360, which both consoles use the same CPUs, obviously, running at 3.2 gigahertz, but Sony aimed to boost the CPU's capabilities, including 7 core processors. Did the PS3 sell well? The PS3 dominated the 360 era for the category in 2007, 9.1 million to 360's 8.3 million. In 2008, PS3 dominance continued over the 360 for the first 3 quarters. They also the 360 by a hefty 8.45, 3 million consoles to 3.73 Xbox 360 consoles, 3.7 million Xbox 360 consoles. But this is different now in the era we're in now. Why was PS3 still good? PS3 generated products that are again worth collecting for. Gameplay as they come out and there's still coming manual. CFW is available to allow for homebrew and simulation of features that were eventually dropped by Sony. Still cheap system to collect for. Even now, yes, the console is cheap on eBay, yes. And it's worth the profit. The PS3 will make a profit. Sony's PlayStation 3 finally became a profitable machine for the first time since the console launched back in 2006. What made the PS3 so unique? Next, it has a revolutionary processor called the Cell processor, which was developed by Sony, IBM, and Tobiisha. It's made by the main CPU called the PPE, and several six with the PS3 special computing engines called SPEs, built for raw computation. It made the PS3 so bad. This way gets tricky right here, guys, as well. Too bad Sony shot themselves in the foot with a slow and outdated GPU. When you think how some good PS3 games still work today, they would be even better with an improved graphics card inside the console, or the memory center was way more limited than the Microsoft's machine. True that. It's the PS3 more powerful than the Xbox 360. Although the PS3 is technically more powerful than Xbox 360, in most cases the 360 receives superior versions of multi-platform games. See, cross-gen games, multi-platform games. The 360 was simply easier to program for, as the PS3's complex system architecture was a nightmare for developers. What was the failure rate of the PS3? PS3 ranked the middle of our study, which reported fell over 10% over the course of 2 years. Dag, wow. Means that 90% of it did not fail, but 10% of it did. 90% of it didn't. Now, why the PS3 was so expensive in 2006 and 2010. One of the main factors that made the PS3 expensive was its backwards compatibility with PS2 games. This required an additional motion engine chip inside the PS3. Additionally, the PS3 was one of the best Blu-ray players on the market, which also increased its value. How much is a PS3 worth in 2024? Depends on the vendor. On the average, a pre-owned PS3 costs about around $35 as of January 15, 2024. And now it's probably, depending on where you get it from, as far as eBay, depends on the, that varies, it varies. Made the PS3 very special. The PS3 console, which competed as released by Xbox 360 and Nintendo Wii, represented a major leap in technology with a cell processor, HD resolution, motion sensors, a wireless controller, and a hard drive that grew to 500 gigabytes. It was wildly popular. What was better, 360 or PS3? Long story short, 360 had the more capable GPU and more memory, flexible memory structure. It had 512 gigabytes of unified PS1 at 256 megabytes of general RAM system RAM, and 256 dedicated to the CPU. PS3 had the more capable CPU and storage format. Was a PS3 sold at a loss? This is where it gets tricky, guys, as well. PS3 was sold at a loss for nearly 4 years. The PS4 was more profitable 6 months of its launch. The PS5 has taken 8 months. Considering the novel design and the global chip shortages, that's quite impressive. Yeah, it is, but what it's a matter is, everybody has the PS5 currently, they don't have the first parties, but they don't have the first parties. Everybody keeps overlooking that. But the 3 people that I know that's on my friends list on all 5 of my PSN accounts, they're on PC, currently including my main account on PC. That's on my main account. Hold on, let me talk kind of fast. For the 3 friends that are on my main account on PSN, pretty much, tip my heels for moving to PC also because the PS5 was not doing well anyway because they don't have the first parties. So at least the 3 people that I just told you in yesterday's video, they have PC and their PS4 and PS5 Xbox One or whatever Xbox they have, obviously. At least they understand what I'm talking about as far as these console wars is concerned. And why Sony don't have the first part, so now they're playing on PC. But Wait There's More, that's his nickname, obviously. That's not his gamer tag, but I know his gamer tag, but his nickname is Wait There's More, Big Mike 2000, that's his gamer tag. And my 3rd friend, obviously, that's on PC. All 3 of them on PC. Everybody else is still on some console currently because they prefer the console over PC. No offense, but the 3 people that I just mentioned on PC currently because obviously they had the first parts will be there, including Call of Duty on PC as well, and PC Game Pass as well, and Game Pass Ultimate as well. Was the PS3 original price? The original price was $499 to $599, $499 to $599. At the launch of PS3 was available with 20 or 60 gigabyte hard disk drive in the US and Japan, respectively priced from $500 to $600. Either with a 40, 60, or 80 gigabyte hard disk drive in Europe, priced from £299 to £425. Is the PS3 phased out? Don't know about that. As the 2020 PS3 was discontinued by Sony, production has ceased. The current generation is successor to PlayStation 4. See, most my friends still have their PS4s. More than half my friends on all 5 of my PSN accounts got the PS4s. They didn't even make the upgrade because either they have the money or they don't want to upgrade because they can't afford it, or they have the money, they're just choosing not to upgrade because, like I said, PlayStation 4, when I showed you that video yesterday, PlayStation 4 was the best. When I showed you the point why PS4 was the best era, in my opinion, because it had everything there pretty much. PS5 doesn't have the first parties. And nobody's listening to me. Nobody's listening to me. But somebody's going to have to learn. Somebody's going to have to learn. Now, was telling everybody that has a PS5, they don't have the first parties. They want those first parties. Even Black Ops 6 being a multi-platform game, cross-gen game, Sony's still in trouble, like I said. And Herman Hulst is taking more heat right now as we speak. Why is the PS3 still good even in 2024? PS3 earned part of the last generation worth collecting for. This is showing the same reason, obviously. Why did Sony make the PS3 so complicated? PS3 utilized unique strengths different from the relatively simpler Xbox 360 and PC architectures. At the time Sony called Cell, the PS3 console CPU was comparable to the Xbox 360 running at 3.2 GHz. Sony aimed to boast the CPU's capabilities by including 7-fold code processors. See it highlighted, obviously. Did the PS3 do well? The PS3 was never considered a failure. What really happened in the 360 outsold it for the majority of the console's lifespan. The PS3 did sell more total units. What's the point of that? They don't got the first parties. That's when PS3 had the first parties, and PS4 had the first parties until now. The PS3 did sell more total units, but that was into the PS4's life cycle. It was the last game on PS3. Shakedown Hawaii. Also from the publisher from Retro City Rampage. It was released on August 2020 for the PS3, making it the final game on the console. It was later followed with a physical release on September 28, 2022, 16 years after the PS3 first launch. Now that's a real record. Is Sony working on a new PSP? This is where it gets interesting. Yes, they're working on a new PSP2 handheld console tipped to launch in 2025. At least to be revealed according to several credible reports, it makes sense too. Sure it does. Because the PSP was another great era of its peak too as well. It was the longest game on PS3. The Scare 3 after suggestions 200 hours. There's a top player more than 500 hours to achieve everything. The game has all the ridiculous runtime, which pretty much justifies the placement of this game as the longest JRPG ever on the feature on the PS3. The Sega 3 as it was done was the longest RPG. It was the last Tiger Woods game of me for PS3. Tiger Woods of me, obviously. PSG 14 was the last one. Sports video games run by EA Sports and published by EA Sports Xbox 360 and PS3. The last game featured Tiger Woods of me in the title for the video game series. Big game released on PS3. Shakedown Hawaii. Yup. It was the last PS3 Call of Duty. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was the last Call of Duty on PS3 as a 2015 purchase developed by Treyarch, powered by Activision. It was the last GTA on PS3. That's a good question as well. Grand Theft Auto 5 was the last PS3 game released in September 2013 for PlayStation. September 2013. I was 19 years old, obviously, for the PS3 and Xbox 360. And in November 2014 for the PS4 and Xbox One. April 2015 for Windows. And March 22 for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X. But they remade it, though, with modern graphics. Made you buy the multi-platform edition. Pretty much to get all DLCs, pretty much. was the last NBA games on PS3. This way it gets tricky too. NBA 2K18 was the last NBA 2K game that had 17 new classic teams, as well as all-time team for each franchise. This was the last game to be released for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I was 24 years old that year. 24-year-old Tiger Woo to come back again. Let's see. It was the last 2K game on PS3. Still showing NBA 2K18. But if you're talking about the other 2K game, the last 2K game for us first person was Borderlands 2. And the Game of the Year Enhanced. And also the Game of the Year edition for Borderlands 2. The reason why PS3 is the more beneficial console. As far as market value, pretty much. Okay, gosh. Let me show you why the PS3 failed. Let's get back up to the what's going on this one. Give me a second. Why did PS3 fail? Or failed? Oops, I spelled failed wrong. Alright, guys. Why did PS... And it explains it right here. The PS3 was considered a failure because in the 7th console generation of gaming, Sony's PS3 Emotion engine was incredibly difficult to program for. Even though the system had unlimited potential, gaming devs, developers would never use the system's hardware. So not much, the Xbox 360 was far more superior. See what I mean? The Xbox 360 was the golden era. The best era as far as consoles was concerned, period. But I'll read this again if anybody didn't hear me out. The PS3 was considered a failure in the 7th console generation because of the PS3 Emotion engine. It was incredibly difficult to program for. Even though the system had unlimited potential, gaming devs were never able to fully utilize the system's hardware. Counting PS5 as well, because the PS5 is under product. The PS5 Pro is a beast, and their 30th anniversary edition is disc and discless. As far as their console, and then their PS5 Pro regular standard is discless. So much that Microsoft's Xbox 360 was far more superior. And the Series S and X was more superior. The current generation console was more superior than PS5, no offense. That's just me though, And what made the PS3 so bad? This is showing you the reason right here. I'm not gonna read it. I read that once when I showed why it's succeeded, obviously. Now what happened to the PS3? That's a good question too. Shipments of new units of Europe and Australia ended in March 2016, followed by North America, which ended October 2016. And in 2016, Japan was the last territory where new units would still be produced until May 29, 2017, when Sony confirmed the PS3 was discontinued in Japan. And what caused the PS3 to crash? Several factors can cause PS3 console to freeze. Overheating, excessive heat can cause the CPU, the GPU to function incorrectly, leading to freezes. And shorter console, it's in cool ventilated space, RAM issues, insufficient, faulty RAM might struggle to process says game data efficiently. September 10th, 2024. That was my cousin's birthday, but anyways. Was PS3 a flop? That's where it gets tricky too as well. PS3 lost tons of money for Sony. Count PS5 as well. You count that too as well. So much so the PS4 come rolling along out of the gate, possibly would have been the last PlayStation. If PS4 didn't come rolling out the gate, so PS3 would have been his last console. This is what it's saying right here. The PS4 didn't come rolling out the gate. it would have been PS3 would have been the last console. PS3 would have been the last PlayStation. Also didn't sell 100 million units. It just sold over 87.4 million units, and the only mainline was not hit one console worldwide. That's not including PS5 as well. This is 62.99 million units behind. PS5 62.99 million units behind PS4. Because most people still have the PS4s and current PS5s, the OG and vanilla, but also have PC. And three of my friends that told you Big Mike 2000, but wait, there's more. And my other homeboy are playing on PC because they know Sony don't got the first parts. So somebody understands what I'm talking about for us console ones. We used to understand what I'm talking about for us console ones. But anyways, we need somebody that understands what I'm saying right now because Sony is in absolute trouble. And Holman, keep saying his name wrong. Holman Holt's not helping his cause. Okay, guys. So there you have it. Why PS3 succeeded. Why PS3 failed. I showed you in my previous videos the past couple of days why did Microsoft succeed and it failed. As far as the current generation of consoles. And I showed you why PS4 and PS4 Slim succeeded and it failed, obviously. And I just got to show you PS4 Pro. Why did that succeed and why did that fail? In the next video, pretty much. And then the next video I'll show you why all the Nintendo consoles succeeded and why those failed. And I'll show you why in the video after that why the Atari consoles succeeded and they failed. The only ones I had to show you after that is the Neo Geo. Why did that succeed and why did that fail? And I think it's another console I'm trying to think of. And why the plug and play for the games, the plug and play games, which is why they succeed, why did they fail. And I'll also show you why my uncle John's arcade one-ups, why did they succeed, why did they fail. If they have that information, I'll show you that in my next videos at that. But I want to show you why PS4 Pro succeeded and failed. Then I'll show you why the Nintendo's consoles succeeded and failed, and why Nintendo Switch was the best era as well in the next video, obviously. And I'll show you why the Atari succeeded, why the Atari succeeded and why did that fail. And I'll show you why the Neo Geo succeeded and why did that fail. And I'll also show you why the my Uncle John's arcade one succeeded and failed. I'll show you that in multiple videos today. Multiple videos are coming today in many ways. So there you have it. Why PS3 succeeded, why they failed, etc., etc. But the next video, I'll show you why PS4 Pro succeeded and that failed first. The next video, I'll show you why the Nintendo consoles succeeded and also failed as well. And then so on and so forth, as other consoles succeeded and failed as well. But okay, guys, I end the video right there. Make sure you follow me everywhere on Instagram. WB Legend 2, Hunter Konami, Kyle Hunter Silva. It merged. One on Instagram and WB Legend 2, Chumley Women, Hunter Konami. Make sure you follow me on Twitch, Women Hut, Furry Kingdom, Ray Carroll. 3 of my 5 Twitch accounts. I'm already a Twitch affiliate, obviously. But my other 2, obviously, Yuki Hutch, that's by Sony 1, and Retro Hutch. So that's all 5 of my Twitch accounts, I think. But yeah. Make sure you add me on PSN, Explorer 2, Furry Kingdom, Chumley Hishi, Masagari Shi 4, Nintendo 64. So your close friend request if you're not troublemaker pretty much. ML Xbox, Hutch Xbox. Dark Away 66, Ever 4859 as well. Follow me on TikTok, Lemon Queen 4 as well. So yeah, I'll end the video there, right there, guys, after this. This was a great video, obviously. Yeah. I'll show you what's in my next video, why the PS4 Pro failed, and other consoles, etc., etc. Deuces.